Do 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 do. We crooked. Let me move over. Crooked, 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 crooked. What up, Chev? You are the first contestant today. Running a little behind schedule. I called myself looking for something. I can't find it. What up, one Philadelphia Pioneers? Giving the other folks a second to come on in, but welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We do this every day at 2 o'clock. Twitch, YouTube. What up, JB? Twitch, YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. On YouTube, like, subscribe, and follow. And of course, we do this every day on YouTube Live because this is where we do it from. But today's gonna be a good one. I don't know if you saw Diddy's documentary, or should I say 50 Cent's documentary. But Diddy the Reckoning, that docuseries unpacked a lot more. Well, stuff we already knew, but there was some stuff. There was one lady. I didn't see her anytime during this whole investigation with what was going on. Again, if you haven't seen it, I apologize. Spoiler alert. But we're talking about it today. Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the Netflix docuseries. So, if you've seen it, what are your thoughts? And then I'll get into my thoughts about it. But if you've seen it, or if you even haven't seen it, because you just feel like it's, trying to bring down another black man, let me know. Mama, we're talking about that Netflix series, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. What are your thoughts? What up, baby Brock? Hopefully you've seen it. The docuseries on Netflix. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Hey, Tasha. I don't know if you've seen it, Tasha, or saw some of it, or you just don't want to see it. Either which way, I get it. But if you've seen it, Netflix, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. And boy, was it The Reckoning. Tell me what it's about. Tasha ain't gonna tell you. I mean, everybody on here will probably tell you what it is anyway. But it pretty much covered basically what we already kind of knew. What was going on with Diddy. Just a little bit more. It definitely, to me, tapped into some things. And I was just explaining, there was a lady on there. There was a lady on there. I'm sorry, I was reading a text message. Actually, let me do this. Yeah, I had to, so we don't get no interruptions. But if you saw it, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, Netflix. Mama said Puffy is a piece of ish. But we kind of already knew. Well, I had already had my reservations about Diddy long before anybody else had that. I wasn't fooling with Diddy for a while now. And I kind of did figure what was brought to light, something different, was that his involvement, alleged, let me put that out there, alleged involvement with Biggie's and Tupac's deaths. The Tupac thing I had no idea about. I had no idea that after the Source Awards, they all went to a club that Diddy was at. And Diddy was coming out. And I think Mark Curry was telling the story. Did you see Mark Curry? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What happened to Mark Curry? What happened to him? Anyway. So, and he said he witnessed this himself. I guess Diddy was walking out. And Suge and his homeboy were going to go inside the club, and I guess his homeboy grabbed him up, and then one of Diddy's hitters came and shot old boy in the head, and that's really how the whole... See, I didn't know how... I mean, I thought the whole East Coast, West Coast thing started from when Pac had got shot in the elevator. You remember that 5 times? That's how I thought the beef started because Pac was accusing Biggie of setting him up. So that's how I thought that whole thing started. But it's deeper than that, Nino. It's deeper than that, Nino. Mama said he did all his people dirty. Yeah, he wasn't a good person, but I've been knew that about him. I did not know he, and this is allegedly because according to the Breakfast Club, they're saying that they spoke to a source, a Biggie source, and that part of the documentary was untrue. That Diddy made Biggie's estate pay for the entire funeral. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny, child. This is allegedly according to the Breakfast Club. Because I'm like, well, if you got somebody saying that, then you need to bring him, come on to the forefront. Tasha said, so from what I'm hearing, his videographer sold the footage he never paid for to 50, and 50 did his big one. Yes. So, Tasha, I'm wondering the whole time because the docuseries starts off with them filming. It's like, okay, 6 days before Diddy is charged. And I'm like, how did they get this footage? Because if they did not obtain this footage legally, there's going to be consequences of repercussion. But I should know 50 Cent. I mean, he crosses his T's and he dots his I's. But, so, according to the bodyguard that was in that docuseries, because I just saw something on him on YouTube. Not YouTube, but on social media. He said that Diddy hires these young up-and-coming videographers because he can get away with, basically hustling him. Like, I'm going to pay you like he did Lil Rob, whatever he called him, Lil Tink Tink. Tasha said, okay, I read that. This guy is a real monster. Besides the sex stuff, it was disheartening to hear how he and Andre Harrell beat everyone out of their money. It wasn't it, Baby Barack? I think that's the most heartbreaking thing, but I already kind of knew that about Diddy when he didn't want to pay for Black Rob's funeral. And he only wanted to pay half of Black Rob's funeral. But then again, I knew that when he let Sean go to jail all them years behind his mess. Because that lady definitely pointed out Diddy as a shooter. But somehow Sean was the one who was persecuted and went to jail for his actions. But I'm just saying. Tasha said, I've never been a fan of Diddy after Biggie and Tupac demise. I won't say I was a fan after that because again, we didn't have this knowledge. I had no idea that Diddy was, somewhat, I won't say that because these is all allegedly, but if you see the docuseries, you could definitely feel the reference, okay? The reference of he might have had something to do with Pac and Biggie's death. You know what I'm saying? I always had a little inkling in my heart that he might be involved somehow with Biggie's death because allegedly there were rumors that Biggie was trying to leave the label. And of course, you trying to leave me, not me. You can't be trying to leave me. And when these artists are trying to pull out back in the day when they were trying to leave, it was a big thing. Allegedly, I heard that was the reasoning Tupac had allegedly gotten shot too, was because he wanted to break away from Suge Knight. Now, I don't know how true that is, but yeah, those were the rumors that were swirling. Mama said, Tasha, it's a lot of people he did dirty. Many we know nothing about, so many low down-ish. I really feel for the guy he muscled out of that 25% though. The guy that was the co-owner with him, I can't remember what his name was. Because baby, ain't no way you muscling me out my 25%. Or you would have just had to break some arms, something, chill. Because no, I'm not giving up. We bad, but remember bad boy for life. No, I'm not giving it up. But I understand. He felt like he had to do because after he gave up that money, of course, Diddy did not help him. He fired him. And then boy ended up going broke. So I was like, damn. Baby Brock said, I know Mark Curry. Haven't heard from him in a while, but he told me about the stuff years ago. Did he? Oh, and the way that they did Craig Mack. But I knew it was some stuff there with Craig Mack, but I didn't know. And I didn't even know that Craig Mack was even thinking about signing to, what was it? Death Row. Did you know that? I had no idea. And the deal didn't go through because it was the night that not Biggie, but Tupac got shot. And Am I freezing still? Hey, DJ Kid Tree. Tasha said, oh wow, shaking my head. Definitely had those vibes about him. It's a real shame for his children. His legacy is done. Oh, Tasha said, okay, I gotta watch this tonight when I go to work. Yeah, girl. It was really interesting. One and only poetic. Mama said, Diddy partner said that Diddy made his estate pay for it. Did his best friend dirty and also his friend from childhood. I know, but the Breakfast Club just came and said something this morning. Allegedly, again, they didn't put this person on air and there was like no video or audio receipts, but they're saying that there is somebody that is close to that estate that has denied those claims that Diddy paid for Biggie's funeral. And we never, because Miss Wallace just recently passed away, may she rest in peace, but I never heard Miss Wallace say anything about Diddy not paying, but then maybe she might have been trying to protect his secrets too. Baby Barack said, he's a damn crook. You beat your man out of his 25%. My question is, where's the real gangsters at? Not in New York, because they should have had him touched years ago. I don't understand how he was muscled out of that 25%. But if you got somebody over your head with a baseball bat, I mean, and then remember, he knows this man's history. He knows what this man is capable of. It was one thing, and I don't know how true it is. I can confirm nor deny. Okay, this is all allegedly. Yes, one and only, all allegedly, that he smacked up his mom's because he didn't like something she said or did. So, and again, I don't know how true that is, but you smacking up your mother, I mean, you putting paws on your mother. What does that say about you? Tasha said, now I love me some of the bad boy talent, but never Diddy. I just never liked his presence. I don't know if they were trying to allude in this docuseries that, well, I guess they were trying to allude to it, that, I felt like they were trying to allude that Diddy was trying to kind of replace Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Because once Biggie died and then he did that song with, Sting, Bad Boy skyrocketed. His career took off. So, I don't know. It's just things that make you say, Hey, babe. Mama said that was crazy. The guy said he was having sex with Diddy and Cash. I saw that part where the guy said he was having sex with them for 8 years. Yeah. Said one time that I guess he got mad. I guess because Diddy got mad at Cassie because it seemed like Cassie was enjoying herself a little bit too much, and then put his paws on her. So, what did y'all think about the story though? For the ones that did see it, what did you think about the story from the what was the girl's name? His assistant, something Capricorn. Her name was. What did you think about her story? And it was another part in there. I didn't like with the jurors. I don't know if y'all made it that far. With one of the jurors, the black juror lady, I didn't like the fact, because I thought when you are selected to be on a jury, you're supposed to be completely biased to the case. This lady was a little too entrenched for me. Even though she said she wasn't a fan of Diddy's, I'm like, girl, you a fan. I can tell it. It's written all over your face. But I didn't like that part. I just was like, well, this wasn't a fair trial, because she knew everything. I mean, she knew all about the artist. And it was another guy, another witness who was not familiar with Diddy or the music industry. But of course, he was from another country. But anyway, one and only poetic said this was the industry chatter at the time. I was around during that time. Was it? But yet, these people were still trying to go to these Diddy parties. Baby Barack said, if he pulled that ish on the West Coast, they would have put in that work on his ass. But he did, though. Baby Barack, low-key, he kind of did, though. Because if he took out Pac, I mean, allegedly, let's put allegedly out there. If he took out Pac, I mean, one and only Poetic said, no, you are clear. Tasha said Suge Knight is definitely giving murder vibes. But it's crazy, though. What up, Kitri? It's crazy, though, because now I'm over here second-guessing it. Like, maybe Suge wasn't Maybe Suge won the person. Maybe Diddy purposely did this to place all the blame on Suge, so it seemed like it was Suge who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I did not know, and you guys can let me know if you knew this. I did not know. I thought the whole East Coast and the West Coast beef originated because Pac went to that studio, was trying to get on the elevator, and he was shot 5 times, and that's where the East Coast and West Coast beef started. But that's not where it started from. And then too, peep how they were saying that Big Puffy was jealous of Big and Tupac's relationship. Why? It's like he almost wanted Big all to himself. And he did make a little sly comment too. I don't know if you saw in the video. He was like, oh, he ain't been in the studio for such and such many hours. I was like, look at that underhanded shade. Woo, the shadiness of it all. Oh, he mad. DJ Kid Tree said, it better not be D-Rock that said it. D-Rock that said which statement? Which statement, Kid Tree? Baby Barack said he did Mark like he did Craig Mack. Mark was married and living here in Atlanta broke. And this was after Puff won a Grammy for the soundtrack Mark wrote. I believe you. Mark looked bad. I'm sorry if that's your friend, babe. He looked like he down bad. He looked like he don't even look like the same Mark Curry. I'm glad he's still living and kicking it, but he does not. I remember Mark Curry. I'm like, damn, that's Mark Curry. So, and Craig Mack, I feel, you know, his wife, when she was telling the story, because again, I think he was trying to leave Bad Boy. And I think he was going to sign with, Death Row, and then Pac had got shot. So, DJ Kitchery said, I mean, Suge came there and, muscled Harrell. Did he? Wait, I must have missed that. Suge came there and muscled Harrell. I must have missed that part. I didn't see where he muscled him. Mama said to you, Tasha, Suge Knight didn't do his people dirty like Diddy. Poetic said, set up Sean, his baby mama, G-Dep. Yes, G-Dep, Soul for Real, Christopher Williams, Loon, Mace. See, Mace, y'all say whatever you want to say about Mace. Mace understood the assignment. Mace said, I'm going to get my check and get the F on. And then I'm going to say, I'm a Christian now. So you can't take me to jail. Mace understood the assignment. Did he not, baby Barack? He got the hell out.
And when he did that, Mace was still dropping some of the bomb ass freestyle tapes back then. I was like, how to pass the preaching, kicking it on the mic like that. He had some real nice stuff coming out. But he did that just like you said. He saw what was coming, and he wasn't gonna
Yeah.
play that game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yep.
after the documentary, what you think, baby Barack? Because I'm over here still scratching my head.
It brought out a lot of the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like, how they did Capricorn and that other juror and all, his PR team got on their job and they start putting out their message and it made it look a certain way. But you got to keep it real. Like all of these women, they're not going to tell the same lie. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Capricorn was his assistant, so she saw a lot of stuff firsthand. Why would you
Right.
not take a testimony credible? Like they just money, PR. That's what that was about. That's why he dodged that life sentence and didn't get more than his little 3 years or whatever. He
Because she
good with
said she
that.
was kidnapped. And I'm like, well,
Well, that
where?
is kidnapping you if she tells you she don't want to go and you say, yeah, your ass coming. That's kidnapping.
Right. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
where in the statement did y'all feel like she was making that, like, oh, that sounds like a little strange? How does it sound strange if you got a gun to
And
your head?
exactly. And he went to the guy's house. He wasn't there. They could have collaborated the story with Cassie because remember Cassie said she was with him at the time when Diddy came to his crib looking for him with the gun. All of that
Right.
could have collaborated her story. I don't, you know what I mean? Like so, PR, money, all that.
But the story with Aubrey O'Day, I want to get back to that. Go to that. I want to talk about that. Mama said his friend said he had to make a choice because he still had a job and still got fired and sued Diddy and lost. Mm. And Baby Rock, you said facts, Mama, because them West Coast gangsters would have took care of him. Sugar respects
Yeah.
the code of the streets. Tasha said, was this just a money move for 50 or what did Diddy do to 50 to get on his hit list?
Well,
Um,
Tasha, Diddy used to mess with uh 50's ex or something yeah, like that. You know, he always went back behind everybody and messed with their girl. You know, Diddy, 50 so petty when he found that out. Here we go.
baby. And it started with Kim Porter, cause BayBay, he was on I'll Be Sure Girl,
But you
and
know
this
what
was when
though?
Albie was in his prime.
But I lost respect because I feel like Kim, she should have never let that shit go there.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
let that go there. Like that was on her. Because she could have shut his ass down. I don't give a damn who he was. You
But
could have shut him down. You know what I
but
mean?
Eric
Like instead of
Sherman
just being there.
too. Did you see how he did Eric Sherman? I
You
saw
saw,
it.
hey, you saw Eric and him was like, we had his ass in the car. He didn't want none of this, and that's when he broke out Biggie album and said, hey, take a listen to this, because they was gonna fuck his ass up. Remember? He said we got in the car and we rode off. He said he knew he didn't want it, and he was like, so that's when he gave us the album and told us to listen to that shit or whatever. He didn't want that smoke.
So, Tasha, Diddy is infamous for stealing Mr. Take Your Girl. He is the first
Yes,
Trey Songz. Mr. Steal Your
yes.
Girl. Okay,
Your
Ken.
side piece,
Yes.
whoever.
When you did something to him, because he tried to get back at Suge by talking to one of his Atlanta Jones. Okay.
Right, and that's why Suge came to Atlanta when that dude got killed at the club
That was
because
his
he was
best
coming down
friend.
there to confront him. Yeah,
Yeah, that was his
yeah.
best friend. And DJ Kid Tree said Suge is not the boogeyman. I don't believe he is the boogeyman, but now listening to this story, I don't know if he was the one responsible for Pac. I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You know what? It kind of now, I kind of believe it was a hit on both of them. I could believe that. I could believe
I
he
think it was
because
it.
you heard when he played the beginning of that song and the intro of the song, where he was like, "I put $1 million on your head, wipe out your whole family, all
Yep.
that shit." That's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about.
And
And
he
he
put
only
the
paid 500,000 because Suge didn't die. Remember?
yes,
Because
because
it
it
was a
was
million
two
dollar hit.
bodies. Yeah, it was
Right. So he did it. Like, come on, man. Mm-mm.
yeah. And they highlighted that the fact that he was jealous of Big and Pac's relationship. So
Very,
and then
very.
the whole East West Coast thing was probably bad for business. So what you gonna do? You gonna take the
But I
competition out?
mean, you got to think that was his bread and butter. After Big would have left, the label would have fell apart because everybody
Yeah,
was he would have been exposed for real. Like nobody fucking with you.
right.
So that was his bread and butter. Bread
Uh,
and butter.
Mama said he drugged the one writing his music and had sex with him. He only got 2,900 for all his work. That's
I
why.
think homeboy was suspect anyway. Like I don't, his little story ain't making sense to me. Like yo,
Wait, what was
come on, son. Like
what was Diddy calling him? Because he was not calling him by his real name. I said, who is that?
Leon, a little Leroy or something, Leroy
Oh,
or some shit
Leroy.
like that.
I
Yeah,
said,
little Leon, little
me.
Leon. That's what he was
I
calling
said,
him.
damn, Diddy ain't even got enough respect to call this man by his government.
I think
Damn.
my man was he on the down low. He just don't want to come out and say it. And you played the game and your ass lost. That's all that was. Cause there ain't no way in the world you could wake up the next morning and your ass hurting and you sitting around talking about I ain't know what the fuck was going on. Shit, get out of here.
But no,
Mm-mm.
so going
Stop
back to
it.
Aubrey all day, did you see that part where she got
Yeah,
that letter? I don't know.
yeah.
I can't
Now,
neither confirm nor
well,
deny. I don't know.
you had to have been. He must have drugged the hell out of you for you not to have any recollection of that whatsoever. Like, come
But you
on,
remember the
really?
first girl, right, baby Barack? The very first
Mm-hmm.
girl. There was the very first victim on the docu series. She was in a music
Word.
video. She
Yeah,
said that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
she had no idea about the tape.
Yeah, I could see about the tape, but Audrey was trying to act like she didn't have any idea that shit ever happened to her. She was
Yeah.
reading it like it was the first time she ever heard of this or whatever. Like if you was that drugged up, like you should have knew something the next day or so. You would have had some kind of ill effect behind that. You know what I mean? Like so, some of it is just
But she
I
never.
don't know.
This was her first time ever speaking about it, so she held that to the chest because she could have been subpoenaed to go to court. But that was my first time ever hearing about it, and
Me
I
too.
liked her. I liked her stance because she was like, "Well, I don't know if it's true or not, and then I don't want to, you know, come out and say these allegations
Word.
and not true because then that's going to be on my shoulder." But then she was like, "Then I'm gonna be mad at this person and want to kill them if they made up some false stuff." So.
Exactly. So, but again, if something of that magnitude happened to, like, if somebody drugged you, you're gonna know that shit the next
Well, the
day.
girl
You
didn't
realize
know.
that?
Remember, the first girl didn't know until somebody said, I saw a video of you. You.
Mm.
So She didn't even have no idea. She was very pretty too. Back the one girl, I said,
They
damn,
all
she's
was.
pretty.
They all was. They all was. They all were. He
Yeah, I
was, you
said
know.
she was gorgeous. Diddy boy,
It
uh,
kind of threw me too how the two chicks from the Dirty Money Girls. Remember, it was
yeah.
yeah, like one of them was all on some other shit. Like that was kind of ill too.
So
Because I
Dawn,
think she knew some. I think
Dawn,
she knew some
one that
stuff.
filed charges, and I don't remember what the other one's name, but she said
Salima.
so yeah, she said she had hit up Diddy for some money, and he was like he ain't got it, but then was blowing her up like I need you to make this statement. I need you to make this statement.
And that's why I think she didn't go hard on him because he probably did give her something, and she just
Oh,
don't want to come out and say,
you don't
yeah,
want to
you know
say.
what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to. You know that man was foul as the fuck. Like, come on.
She's like, she never would. I was disappointed when she did that. I was like, come on, sis. Come on, sis. Um, she said the statement about Big paying for his own funeral. Um, okay, so the Breakfast Club, going back to that statement right there, the Breakfast Club said that they have a reliable source, allegedly, that has come out and debunked that and said that that is not the truth, that Biggie's estate did not end up paying for that. But he made everybody else pay for their funerals. So don't you ever get that
Right.
twisted.
So
That
exactly. Yeah.
Black Rob, not Big Rob, Black Rob had to pay. So who else was it? Who passed away on Bad Boy? I want to say was it G Dep? It was somebody else or
No,
Craig
G
Mack
Dep just got out.
or
Craig
was it
Mack.
Craig Mack?
Craig
Did
Mack.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, Craig Mack.
So that don't surprise me right there. Not near a bit. Um, Mama said, but everyone thought Mace was crazy talking about Puff. We did. I was one of them. I did. But he saw the writing on the wall. Notice how he don't say nothing about this stuff either. He don't
Nope.
say nothing about it. He won't say nothing about it. He won't
I'm just not
deny.
understanding how everybody just stood by all of these years. Like, where these thugs at? Y'all rap about this shit on the records. You gun clappers every day. You put niggas away, this and that. You don't got to put in the work, but I'm sure if you're that kind of guy, 10 other niggas just like you that will do that shit for $50. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all just, he was doing this stuff and y'all wouldn't even speak out or say nothing. Like, no.
So you think all those people should go to jail? Should they also
Go
go
to
to jail? This is almost kind of like an R. Kelly thing. Like all the people that aided and abetted in his situation. Should all the people that helped and aided and abetted in this Diddy
Oh, yeah,
situation,
yeah, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
should they go to
No
jail?
doubt. No doubt. But how you gonna prove it now? You know what I mean? Because everybody's scared to talk. They know he gonna get out soon and all that. So everybody trying to,
They say
that type of shit.
he retaliates. He's
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they know that. But this is my thing. The same way he do it, should do it to his ass too. What's up?
they was
Come
scared
on,
of
man.
Diddy.
It's goons everywhere. It's goons everywhere. Come
Diddy
on.
probably Diddy probably like Epstein. He got the videos. He said, "You better go play with somebody else before I go show these videos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You better go
Because you
play
saw
with
when they was
somebody else.
on
I got
the
videos."
boat and they realized every room in the boat had hidden cameras and they didn't even know it. The dude
They
found
had
them. Remember?
no
Yeah.
idea. No idea. None. So Tasha said, oh yeah, he was effing with 50 baby mama. What up, Super Pat? Of course, we're talking about Diddy, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the Netflix series, executive produced by 50 Cent, my number one troller. I mean, you gotta love it. A lot of people are upset with 50 though, because they feel like 50 is dragging this and is bringing down another black man. Would you consider this baby Brock in the aiding and abetting of bringing down another black man?
No. No.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. Because, I mean, he's wronging us. He ain't smashing on these white people and dogging them out and doing all kind of shit to them. It's happening to us. So
Yeah.
instead of just, hyping him up like he's some super guy or whatever, you got to look at it for what it really is. You can't glorify bullshit. I don't.
But the crazy thing is, Diddy has been a monster. This ain't his first. This ain't his second. This ain't this man's third offense. They hit four
Not at
times.
all.
They hit
Not
four
at all.
times. Four.
Not at all.
I
That
said,
type of shit.
it was one of them I forgot about. I said, damn, I forgot about that one right there. I
Yeah,
forgot.
that new.
Who was it that they went to the office and beat up? It was Andre Harrell he beat up. Who was
No, no,
it?
no. That was shit. What was the black dude name? Was it Stout? Who was his name?
Oh,
I know you're talking about.
Steve Stout.
He took the money. Yeah, he took the money. Yeah, clown, clown.
Steve
I got a
Stout
customer coming. I'm gonna join
got
you.
that beat the brakes off of Steve Stout.
That part.
Forgot about that.
That
So
part.
this ain't been in this man. This has always been in this man's DNA.
Pretty
Again,
much.
I have not been a Diddy fan from when he threw Shine under the bus and let Shine take them charges for him.
Me
I was
neither.
like, I was like, come on, sir. Come on, sir. The woman said it was him. So, I don't know what happened, Baby Rock, but you're welcome to come back on. Babe says, sheesh. Mama said, and Cassie as well. She knew he was with Kim. And Mama said the Crips said Diddy paid for Tupac's hit. That's allegedly. Yeah, of course they're gonna say it because they want to put the heat off of them. But that's allegedly. We can neither confirm nor deny if that actually really happened. That is what's being said in the documentary, though. Super Pat, what to do? One and only Poetic said, "Sir, gonna say he not cheering for nobody's downfall, but yet he murders people's sons and causes a downfall for whole families. These guys are so fake." Suge, Super Pat said that baby oil was drugged. You stupid. It might have had something up in there. Mama said, "LOL, the women were drugged, so why not a man being drugged?" Good point. The women were drugged. And like I said, the first woman on there, she didn't have no recollection. I didn't even know about this woman until she was on that Docuseries. I was like, hold on, who is this woman? Because again, I didn't see her in any of like the blogs on social media. I don't even know. She does have a case pending against him, so she is suing him. But I was just like, wow. And she was a pretty girl in his music video. And she had no idea until somebody was like, yo, he has a tape of you and he's playing it at parties and stuff. The audacity. The audacity. DJ Kid Tree said, can't go live right now. I'm going to tell you some things later. You can't go live right now, Kid Tree? All right, you have to tell me some things later. Mama said Super Pad right. What does Super Pad say? Oh, Superbad, you funny. What up, Russ? Russ, we are talking about Ditty, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the documentary, the Netflix that everybody and their mama has been talking about. Mama said, right, some people didn't know. Yeah, some people didn't know that they were drugged. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Aubrey from Danity Kane knew. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly she didn't. She just found out, like, hey, there's a video of you and I witnessed this happening to you. So again, confirm nor deny. DJ Kid Tree said he had 9,000 in his bag when he got arrested. Yeah. Yep. Craig. I don't know what you're trying to say, Kid Tree. I'm sorry. Mama said Diddy could have paid someone to say that to the Breakfast Club. Good point. Touche. I didn't even think about that. He could have paid somebody to say that to the Breakfast Club. Or maybe it's the truth. Again, while Mrs. Wallace was alive, I never heard her mention, and I think she seems like she was a very vocal person. I think she might have would have said something. Or Faith. Faith can say something. She has yet to speak out against it. How we know Faith wasn't the one that said, no, that ain't true. One and only Poetic said, they keep talking about the downfall of Diddy, but he did way more than what he is being charged with. Yeah, well, unfortunately, one and only Poetic is only what you can prove in court. And he has the resources and the money to make some shit shake and make it go away. Look, he made some shit shake 3 times before it landed him. I'm sorry, 4 times before this time it landed him in jail. You see what I'm saying? From the very beginning, when they had that basketball game and 4 people lost their lives, that moment turned him into a celebrity. Like, where the frick do they do that at? People lost their lives, and yet this man is becoming popular over it. So that was one. And then the whole Steve Stout thing, I completely forgot about that. And then the shooting that happened that was involved with Shine, and Shine ended up going to jail for him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, he's a monster. I knew then he was a monster. I knew then. I was like, and then it just added more fuel to my fire when he didn't pay for Black Rob's funeral. And I'm like, you claim that these people are your brothers and these people made you a bunch of money, but yet you can't even pay for a funeral. You only want to pay half. Come on, bruh. Um, Mama said money will make you do strange things. Um, I think his childhood best friend said once he got to the level, to a certain level, it was not it, he was no longer whatever Sean Combs. He was no longer that person. He was Puff Daddy. He was Diddy. So I believe it. DJ Kitchery said corporate thugging is different. Not trying to beat up Steve Stout though, but I'm just saying, no, I get corporate thugging is different, but the violent is what I'm saying. The violent tendencies were there. You like with R. Kelly, and I'm not trying to bring Kells into this, but the writing was on the wall. Ninja peed on a girl, and I on a video, and got off, and thought, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's only so much you can do to eventually it's going to come back on you. So Tasha said 50 love it when people are pissed him off. LOL. 50 doing the Lord's work, exposing his monsters. I'm I listen, I 50 number one trolling me. I love me some 50 Cent. It was a well produced documentary. Again, I was like, yo, how did they get this footage? Because it was like 6 days, 5 days leading up to when he was being charged. And then I was like, there's no way that they got this footage legally. They paid somebody for the footage. So come to find out that Diddy's old bodyguard, who's been all over social media, said that because he didn't pay the videographers, it goes to the highest bidder. So whoever's coming with the highest check is who they're going to sell it to. And he was explaining that I think Diddy thought because he's Diddy, people should show loyalty and allegiance, and everybody's not like that, especially the young generation. They're like, I didn't grow up on your music. Ain't no loyalty. I just want a chance to work with you because you got a name and you got clout and you got motion, and maybe you could put me in a position. They don't care about no, not like how these people were protecting these people, protecting Diddy. Yeah, they sold it to the highest bidder. Netflix was the highest bidder. Um, Mama said, I agree, baby Brock. Is he back on here? I didn't see him. Tasha said, and it's plenty more men and women exactly like 50 that will never get. You mean Puffy? That will never get caught. So I'm glad Diddy got exposed. Um, you meant Diddy, I think. One and only Poetic said, no, please say this for me, Diddy. He is not bringing down black people, not bringing down another black man. Another black man bringing another black man down. One and only Poetic feels like 50 Cent is not bringing down another black man. But if you feel like this documentary is, because I've seen some men on social media. I've seen some folks on social media. I won't say men. I've seen some folks on social media adamantly venting that, 50 shouldn't have did this documentary. This is all a plot just to bring down another black man. But hear what I'm saying to you black men, especially when you get a little bit of quants. You can't do what they do. You can't do what they do. Okay? And I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. You can't do, we got to stop living in this bubble. You think once you get to a certain platform and you make a certain amount of money that you're on their level. And every day, every chance, they remind you, doesn't matter how much money you got, are not them. The fact that we don't even have an Epstein documentary or a Hugh Hefner documentary. Can we speak about it? I'm just saying. Mama said the baby oil did have drugs in it. They said, did it? Okay, I'm gonna step out of the documentary. Baby Rock said, facts, Poetic can't keep co-signing the BS. Baby Rock, you're more than welcome to pop on. I don't know what happened. You might have got a call or something, but it's okay if you don't want to. But you're more than welcome to pop on if you want to. Pop back on. One and only Poetic said, exactly, baby Barack. DJ Kitchery said, I didn't think Mace was tripping. I did. I thought Mace was a lunatic. I said, ain't no way he leaving Bad Boy. Ain't no way. He they star player. Ain't no way. And I think this was all after Biggie's death too. I said, ain't no way. And then he left because he probably like, let me get the hell on. I'm gonna get my coins and then I'm gonna claim Jesus. Jesus is the way. Tasha say, has anyone made claims that he killed Kim? Oh, I'll be sure. I'll be sure, definitely. Well, in so many words, he believes that that Diddy has something to do with Kim's death. In my heart of hearts, when it first happened, I was like, Kim was young, she was beautiful, and that don't mean nothing because you can be young and beautiful and have health issues, but I never heard of her having any health issues. So where did this come from? So always a little. I had always had that little. What he did. One and only poetic said facts. One Philadelphia pioneer said, does anyone ever question what Diddy influence is, or is he just doing ish to be doing it? Good question. What is Diddy's influence? Or is he doing stuff just to be doing it? Diddy was the man. I'm not gonna disrespect or, decredit the value, because he did play a major part, especially in the 90s and the early 2000s in this music business. I mean, we wouldn't have had Biggie. We wouldn't have had the Locks if it was not for a Diddy. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't discredit what he has done, even though he's a monster. Mama said he was like Jesus, and see, that was his first mistake, comparing himself to the Almighty. Never could you ever. One and only poetic said to you, Tasha, we know he killed Kim. And one Philadelphia said, Tasha, Kim, question. What up? It's a Pope 49. You know what we're talking about? We're talking about the Sean Diddy documentary. Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Combs. The Reckoning. And it was a reckoning. That documentary, boy. A lot of parts. Welcome to Discussions with Diddy Parker. For my new folks, Twitch, what up? I believe that's Mr. Awesome up on there. IG Live, appreciate you. And of course, YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Kid Tree said, what about that mess at the house? What mess at the house? Okay, I'm trying to think of the scene, Kid Tree. Point me to the scene. What mess at the house? What mess? Is the Pope said, what up, is the Pope? DJ Kid Tree said, money only amplifies who you already are. Does it, or does it make you into a monster? I don't know. I don't know if I completely agree with that statement. But maybe it does. Maybe it brings out the real you. I've heard of it before. Maybe it brings out your real person now. Everything that you want to be. Everything that you couldn't be, now you can be. But I guess my next question is, should his mama have some blame? Should we place some of the blame on his mama? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, I mean, it does start with the childhood. And mama was having these parties, allegedly. Mama was having these parties. I don't know if they were freak offs, but he was being exposed to some things. So, mama said he didn't even pay them in life. Why would he pay in death? Again, I can't confirm nor deny whether he paid for Biggie's funeral or not. Again, I never heard Miss Wallace say a negative thing about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got somebody who has unofficially come off the record and say, that that's not the truth, that, I guess Diddy covered the funeral expenses. Baby Rock said, remember he stabbed up on Rivera back in the day too because Biggie was doing a deal with him? No, I don't remember that. What? I don't remember that one. Tasha said, Kid Tree facts. And Tasha said, oh yes, I meant Diddy. And one and only poetic, Tasha said, shaking my head. Still so tragic. Hey, Amy on Twitch. Baby Rock said, jumped off, customer coming in. Homie has mad skeleton and has ruined many lives. Yeah, no, you're fine, Baby Rock. And Mama said, Mace talked about Diddy and Diddy Mama, who he thinks who created the monster. Who, you said Mace talked about Diddy and Diddy's mama? I've never heard Mace talk about Diddy Mama. Maybe I missed that interview. Mama said Diddy got a God complex, which is the reason why he is behind bars, because ain't nobody bigger than him. DJ Kitchery said, what Rod talked about? Little, going back to the house. Yes. You said the house was a mess. I didn't even peep that. I didn't even peep that. I didn't even peep that. That whole thing was a mess. That Love album, I was like, he on some love stuff now. After you done robbed, and you know what else to the village. One and only Poetic said, in the words of DMX, hell is hot. It is. I love one of my favorite albums. Mama said, I'm talking about the other guy who died. What other guy who died? You talking about Tupac or Biggie? What other guy that died in the documentary? What other guy you talking about, Mama? I'm confused. Um, Only one in Poetic said, I know he paid for Black Rob's funeral. I didn't hear him. I heard he didn't pay for that funeral. Um, I didn't hear that, Black Rob's. I heard he didn't pay for that funeral. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's why I was like, oh, he called this man his best friend, or his good friend, but yet you only want to pay half for the funeral, and you know that this man was dead broke, and you could do something. So I didn't hear that part. DJ Kitchery said he did. Mace told May told it in all on a post. Rod talked about a shooting. DJ Kitchery, I wish you could come on here because I need you to point me in the right direction. I'm trying to, because it was 4 parts. I'm trying to figure out which parts you're talking about. Mama said yes, he did. May said Diddy mama was the mastermind. Oh, May said that Diddy's mama was the mastermind behind all this. I mean, if the shoe fit, I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. Cause Diddy's mama, she wasn't no saint, you know what I'm saying? Um, they said she was out here in these streets hustling herself. Baby Brock said he had a chance to give Black Rob money when he found out he was broke and didn't give him anything. That's what I one and only Poetic. I didn't hear that he paid for Black Rob's funeral. Black Rob's funeral. That's why I was like, okay, I'm really, really done with Diddy. Like I was done, but that moment I was like, okay, I'm done with Diddy because you keep calling these people your family, your man, your brother. But I have heard people call people their brothers before, and it be y'all folks that be like, that's my brother, that's my family, but yet stabbing your family and your brother in the back, baby. Money will make you do some evil things to your family. But I did not hear that he paid for Black Rob's funeral or whatever, or Craig Mack's or whatever. That whole documentary was 4 parts, and somebody said they need to run it back. I can't take no more. I can't take no more. Don't run nothing back, please. I can't take it no more. One and only Poetic said, yeah, he did. I spoke with Rob's cousin, and he stepped in and paid for everything. Okay, one and only Poetic. I heard a different story. I heard he only paid for half, not even half. But okay. Babe said it was crazy. How the F50 get those clips though? He had that ish. No, so what happened was, according to Diddy's ex-bouncer, he said that Diddy was filming. He would have videographers, young videographers, come in and record all of this video. They would do hours and hours and hours and hours of video. Then once he sent the invoice, and like once they sent him the invoice, he would call them like, I'm not paying for this. What is this? All of this? So that video footage was recorded on that person's phone or camera, so they own it. So which means just because it's Diddy, whoever is recording owns the rights. So it's like if I go to an award show, make an example real quick. If I go to an award show and somebody snaps a picture of me, I can't just post that picture because they own the rights to that picture. Okay. I have to get permission, even though it's me. I have to get permission from that person or pay that person to use a photo of me, if that makes sense. So because he didn't pay these people for the video, it went to the highest bidder, which I'm assuming was Netflix and 50. Now, how the hell did they know he was even doing this? Whew, baby, is the $1 million question. Kid Tree said, "You saw the whole thing." I did. Which part are you talking about? You're talking about with Little Rod, right? When they were living in the house in Miami. That's the part. Bring me up to speed. You talk about Little Rod when they were living in the house in Miami, and they were recording the latest album, the Love album. I'm caught up to that part. I guess I'm trying to figure out what the question is or where we're going with it. But yeah, so executive produced by 50 Cent, The Reckoning. It was a reckoning. DJ Kid Tree said, Little Rod said they shot a guy in the bathroom. I missed that part. I must have went to the bathroom. I missed that part. Wait, so what happened? Kid Tree, so what happened? Did the police come? I missed that part. Jesus. Baby Brock said you heard how he was charging his artists $400K per studio session. Oh yeah, he was charging them for studio sessions. He was charging them to be in the video. He was charging them to dance in the video if he made an appearance in the video. Oh yeah, he was beating his artists over the head. In the videos, should call them out at the and that's why I should call them out at the. See, I didn't know all of this. I didn't know that. Like I'm thinking, well, he's the record. You know what I'm saying? He's the boss. So I guess maybe he wants exposure for his company. So that's why he's inserting himself. Because I would have been like, sir, I don't need you to insert yourself. I got this. I don't need you to be dancing all up in my videos. We good. I'm gonna have to go back to part 4. Kid Tree and see that part. But what happened when he said somebody was shooting in the bathroom? You got me curious now. What happened again? Yeah, Diddy and his son. I think I do remember that part. I think I do remember. Oh yeah. But what happened from that? They were never charged or any. I do remember that part now. It was Justin, right? But he was never charged with anything, and nothing ever happened. Shot a guy. He tried to get help for a guy, and they covered. Yes, yes, I do remember that part. Thank you, Kid Tree. Again, this man has been. Baby Barack said, yeah, Puff and Justin shot someone in the bathroom, and Rod was told to cover. Yep, I do remember that. I do remember that when he was telling the story, and the victim disappeared. Yeah, what did happen to the victim? Good question. DJ Kid Tree said Diddy and his son took the guy in the bathroom. I believe they were trying to play where he pee at. What? Child. It was so much unpacked in that Diddy documentary, child. It was so much unpacked. Things that I thought I knew, I learned. I learned some more stuff. Again, especially with that first witness, because hearing her testimony and the letter her mom wrote. Oh my God, to Diddy's mom almost had me in tears. That letter she wrote, like, do you know your son like ruined my daughter's life? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, get a question. Did y'all ever see these videos? Like, I know people said they saw videos of you, but did you ever see these videos of yourself? That would be if somebody, because again, going back to the Aubrey O'Day thing, somebody hit her up through their lawyer and said that she was on film, looked like she was drugged, but there is a film of her, a tape of her. My next question is, where is this tape? Because I want to see it. I'm sorry. I know it's traumatizing. I want to see this. If there's a tape of me, I need to see this tape. You know what I'm saying? But I guess she never wanted to see it. No, I need to see this tape. Because you're saying you got something of me. I want to see it. And like the other lady, she said somebody brought it to her attention. Like, hey, there is a tape of you floating out there that he's playing at parties. Like, and boyfriend brought up a good point too. You remember in Paid in Full? And I don't know if this has anything to do with it. You remember Alpo was playing them tapes at the parties, and Ace Book was getting mad at him like, bruh, get your mans. Remember he was playing them tapes? And Alpo was a Harlem dude, and I feel he like Alpo was connected to somehow Diddy's mom. Yeah, yeah, Diddy Alpo was a wild dude. If you know the backstory, um, Mama said she sound like she doesn't believe there is a tape. I don't know if she, because people make things up. They do make up things all the time, and she's kind of somewhat a public figure. She was a part of the group Danny D. Kane, which was a huge group. For the Danny D. Kane folks, I didn't get into Danny D. Kane. But yeah, Showstoppers, I think that was they big hit. Hey, Based by God, how are you? We're talking about Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the Netflix docuseries. Welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. Um, it just it unpacked a lot. Didn't know he hit his mom, if that's true, allegedly, again. Um, but the violence, there has always been violence surrounding Diddy. Again, going back from that very initial basketball game where four people lost their lives and he became an instant celebrity. Crazy. To him beating up Steve Stout, you know what I'm saying? To the gun thing. And I forgot about the gun in the bathroom because what did happen to that man in the bathroom? They never did speak about it. So he was believing he was God because he felt like he was untouchable. And this is the thing I'm saying. This is the thing I'm saying. Would be wrong. Why our black men get detoured? Because y'all get this money, some of you, and then you get this mindset that this money is gonna be your deliverance. And these folks don't have no problem bringing you back down to size. They do it every time. You better ask Bill Cosby. Who else? You better ask Jonathan Majors. I'm just saying, one day people will learn. Baby Rock said Alpo was wild. Yo, remember when he said you should have seen me when I put my leg up? And you know what? Baby Rock boyfriend said that same damn line. Alpo was a wild boy, but I think he was somehow connected to Diddy's mama, some way, some form. I was like, wait a minute, because there was a guy Alpo. If you don't remember from the docuseries, wasn't there a guy named Alpo in that docuseries? DJ Kid Tree said, I've been invited to quite a few industry parties. I never attend any and never wanted to. The cats in the industry I roll with have told me the things that made me say no. Diddy had LAPD in his bank account. That was very, very clear, baby, because where did that man disappear? Where did that man go? Is the question. Now, I'm like you. Where did he go? It was so much in that documentary, chill. 50 Cent, boy, you done outdid yourself. And again, I don't think, I wouldn't say it's taking down of a black man. I would say it's bringing attention to things, and to the type of person. I mean, we know Diddy is a freak. Okay, we know he's into different things. There's a lot of freaky ass people out here. I ain't judging him for being no damn freak, but when I can't have sympathy for a person when they are constantly and continually taking advantage of their own people, and that's what he did. He didn't care. He didn't care who it was, brother, mother, even though, allegedly he smacked his mom, but the way he did the guy who built that company with him, again, I cannot remember that man's name. You don't give that man his just dues. That man is entitled to 25%. A bad boy. He's entitled to it. Run that man his coins for real. And for him to, you know, be there, the manager running the company, to being homeless, come on. Come on. Um, Mama said he was from Cali, Alpo, and he had associations with the Crips. Is that the Alpo? I don't think that's the Alpo I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Alpo from Harlem. DJ Kid Tree said there's different levels to being a freak. Did he suppress all of them? I mean, I know I had a guy that I dated. He was into the baby oil thing. Never heard of it. That was the one and only guy I ever dated that was into baby oil. And I was like, what is this with you and baby oil? And he had a thing with it. I just was like, okay. Like I said, the one and only, because I'm like, baby oil is messy as hell. Why would you want to use baby oil during sex? He wanted it. Like I said, the one and only guy that ever. Um, DJ Kid Tree said Alpo Martinez is his name. Was Alpo a Crip from Cali? Am I getting them confused? Because that's not the Alpo I'm talking about. The Alpo I'm talking about is from Harlem. If you watch Paid in Full, Mama, that's the Alpo I'm talking about. When he was playing that, he was played by Cameron on Paid in Full, and he was they were at a party and he was playing that video of him having sex with the girl, and then they had brought hell no, Kid Tree. I did not like the baby oil. It's too damn messy. what the baby oil? I ain't never heard of no shit like that. Baby, who uses baby? Now lubricant I heard, but baby oil, boy. You remember every man I have dated has something different and unique about them when it comes to sex. I promise you. No man is created equally when it comes to sex. Every man likes something different. That one was baby oil. Okay, yeah. Harlem is Apple. That's what I thought. Mama said, LOL, why do you think a man would want to use baby oil? I don't know. For lubrication? To make it shine? I don't know, man. Why do y'all like baby oil? Please enlighten me. He put Bad Boy under his mom and son's name so he couldn't be sued by the victims of the celebrity basketball game. Alpo is from Harlem, not a Crip. The dude Z was Puff's connect to the Crips. Yes. I wasn't talking about Z. Because there was a guy I think they were talking about in there. His name was Alpo. And boyfriend was like, I wonder if that's the same Alpo from Paid in Full. When Diddy's mama used to have them parties. And it might have been. Again, there's levels to freakiness, but there's certain things I'm just not. I Even if Diddy was still having them parties, I would not want to go. I'm good. I would not want to go. I'm good. I would not want to go. All right, let's do some final thoughts. This is good to wrap up discussions with Didi Parker for the week. We'll be back on Monday. If you're in the ATL, go Dogs. Sorry, Bama fans. But I gotta represent. Sorry, Miss Awesome. Gotta represent them dogs. DJ Kitcher said, I don't like no damn baby oil either. It's too damn messy. I did not understand it. Mama, you gonna tell me why they need it? Because I didn't understand it. I was just like, what? Into what? Into what? Into what? Baby oil, sir. What kind of are you into? But I promise you, y'all got some ways about y'all. Each one of y'all are different. I promise. Let's do final thoughts and then we're done and you can go and enjoy your Friday. Cause I am. Final thoughts. My final thoughts are black men. Stop getting this money. You think you on the level of them. You is not on their level. And they gonna prove that to you every time. I'm just saying. They gonna prove it to you every time. If you ain't learned nothing from Bill Cosby and the rest of these men, R. Kelly's, every time when you think you you are you, they gonna show you every time. So, Baby Rock said, final thoughts, leave the baby all alone. Diaper rashes have increased since Diddy came out. You stupid. You stupid. Anybody else got any final thoughts? No? Going once? Twice? I gave you my final thoughts. Mama said, gay men love it and penetrate from the back. Straight men too. Oh, is that what he was using? Now you got me questioning. Oh God, now you got me questioning that. Was he? Oh God, I'm not gonna think about it. That's it. I'm done. All right, I'll see y'all Monday. Mama, you just put the thought in my head. I didn't even think about it that it was like for them. And now, like, well, wait, wait. I'm not gonna think about it. Okay. Y'all have a good and blessed, safe weekend. If you're in the ATL, if you're tailgating tomorrow, let me know where you're tailgating. I might pull up. Go Dogs. Beat Bama. All right. See y'all Monday.